Greetings, everyone. I am so honored to be with you today. I want to share a truth that we all need to hear, a message that speaks directly to our hearts and experiences. There are moments in life when people will wrong you, hurt you, and betray you. Some of you have been wounded deeply by the actions of others. And often we wonder, do they even know what they did? Let me tell you something, they know exactly what they did. When people hurt you, they know. When they speak against you, when they plot behind your back, when they tear you down, they know. Now, here's the challenge. How do you respond? You see, how you respond to their actions determines your growth, your peace, and your destiny. People are often more aware of their actions than we might think. When someone wrongs you, whether through betrayal, deceit, or harmful words, they usually know exactly what they are doing. Their choices are not random or accidental. They come from a place of deliberate intent. This is a hard truth to accept because it's natural to want to believe that others didn't mean to cause pain. However, in many cases, the hurtful actions are calculated, premeditated, and carried out with full understanding of the potential consequences. It's important to recognize that these actions are often driven by their own motives: jealousy, fear, insecurity, or a desire to manipulate. The wrongdoer may try to deny or minimize their behavior, pretending it was a misunderstanding or unintended, but deep down, they are aware of the impact they have had. This awareness of intent is what makes the offense cut even deeper because it shows a conscious choice to hurt, betray, or deceive. Acknowledging this reality can be painful, but it's crucial for moving forward. When you accept that they knew what they did, you are no longer confused or left questioning their motives. This clarity allows you to deal with the situation honestly and make decisions based on the truth, rather than holding on to the hope that their actions were accidental or unaware. When someone acts in a way that hurts or betrays you, their behavior is often a reflection of who they are, not who you are. It's easy to internalize others' actions, especially when they seem directed at your weaknesses or vulnerabilities. However, it's important to realize that the choices people make, particularly harmful ones, are rooted in their own character, mindset, and emotional state. A person who spreads lies, gossips, or acts maliciously is usually operating from a place of insecurity, fear, or unresolved issues. Their behavior speaks volumes about the turmoil they are dealing with internally. They project their own negative emotions onto others because they are not comfortable confronting the issues within themselves. Jealousy, anger, or a desire for control can drive someone to act out in destructive ways. These actions are less about you as an individual and more about them trying to deal with their own shortcomings or inner conflicts. In many cases, people act out because they feel threatened by your growth, potential, or happiness. Instead of celebrating your success, they see it as a reflection of their own lack or failure. This often leads them to attack or undermine you, not because you've done something wrong, but because your progress highlights their stagnation. Their need to bring you down comes from their own feelings of inadequacy or a belief that they need to diminish others to feel better about themselves. Understanding this can help you depersonalize the situation. Rather than taking their actions as a direct comment on your worth or capabilities, you can recognize them for what they are: a mirror of the other person's unresolved emotions or struggles. When someone wrongs you, it's natural to feel hurt or question yourself, but it's important not to internalize their actions. The way others treat you is not a reflection of your value or character, but rather a reflection of who they are and the issues they may be dealing with. Internalizing someone's mistreatment or betrayal can lead you to believe that you somehow deserved it or that you're inadequate, but this is far from the truth. People's actions toward you are often shaped by their own fears, insecurities, and weaknesses. When someone is unkind, manipulative, or dishonest, it is more about their inability to handle their own problems than it is about you. They may project their struggles onto you, making you feel as though you are the cause of their behavior. But this is simply not the case. You must remind yourself that their actions stem from their personal issues, not your worth. When you internalize their actions, you start to carry the burden of their choices as if they were your own. This can lead to self-doubt, guilt, and a diminished sense of self. You begin to question your actions, wondering what you could have done differently to prevent their behavior, when in reality you had no control over their decisions. Allowing their negativity to take root in your mind only gives them more power over your emotional well-being. Instead of internalizing the actions, it's essential to create a mental and emotional boundary. Recognize that their behavior is their responsibility, not yours. By doing this, you free yourself from the unnecessary weight of their actions and protect your own sense of self-worth. You can move forward confident in who you are without letting their treatment of you dictate how you feel about yourself. When faced with betrayal, hurt, or mistreatment, your response holds significant power. While you may not have control over what others do to you, you have complete control over how you choose to react. This choice can either amplify the negativity of the situation or transform it into an opportunity for growth. The way you respond not only shapes your emotional well-being, but also influences the direction of your life. Responding impulsively or with anger often feeds into the cycle of negativity. Reacting out of hurt can lead to decisions or words that you may later regret, and in doing so, you allow the person who wronged you to continue having control over your emotions and actions. It's easy to fall into the trap of revenge or bitterness, but these responses rarely bring the healing or resolution you seek. Instead, they prolong your attachment to the hurtful situation and can prevent you from moving forward. On the other hand, a measured, thoughtful response allows you to rise above the situation. It demonstrates emotional maturity and resilience. When you choose to respond with grace, forgiveness, or simply by not engaging in further conflict, you reclaim your power. You are no longer letting the actions of others dictate your state of mind or the trajectory of your life. This type of response reflects strength, not weakness, and shows that you are in control of your own destiny. How you respond also impacts your personal growth. Adversity can either make you bitter or make you stronger, and the choice is yours. By responding in a way that prioritizes your peace and well-being, you turn a negative experience into a stepping stone for personal development. Instead of allowing the situation to bring you down, you use it as an opportunity to reflect, learn, and become more resilient. Ultimately, your response defines your journey. It's not about what happens to you, but how you navigate through it. Whether you choose forgiveness, letting go, or simply maintaining your inner peace, your response determines whether you are held back by the situation or propelled forward. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as a passive act, a way of letting someone off the hook for the harm they've caused. However, forgiveness is not about excusing what they did. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of carrying that hurt. When you forgive, you are not condoning their actions or pretending they didn't matter. Instead, you are choosing to release the power those actions have over your life. Holding on to anger, resentment, or bitterness can feel justified, especially when the wound is deep. However, those emotions weigh heavily on your heart and mind. They consume your energy and cloud your thoughts. You may find yourself replaying the situation over and over, allowing it to occupy space in your life long after the actual event has passed. This keeps you tethered to the pain, preventing you from moving forward. Forgiveness is about reclaiming your peace. By letting go of the need for revenge or retribution, you release yourself from the emotional chains that tie you to the person who hurt you. It doesn't mean you forget what happened or that the relationship has to be restored. Forgiveness is an internal process, a decision to no longer allow the actions of others to dictate your emotions or define your future. It's important to recognize that forgiveness benefits the forgiver more than anyone else. While the person who wronged you may continue with their life unaffected by your feelings, you are the one who bears the weight of unforgiveness. The moment you decide to let go, you experience a profound sense of relief. You stop carrying the emotional baggage that keeps you from experiencing joy, peace, and freedom. In choosing forgiveness, you are prioritizing your own well-being. You are acknowledging that your emotional health is more important than holding on to anger. Forgiveness allows you to take control of your life again, removing the influence of the past and creating space for healing and growth. It empowers you to live freely, no longer defined by the hurt, but by your ability to overcome it. Pain is an inevitable part of life, but it also holds the potential to be one of the most powerful catalysts for personal growth. When we face hardship, betrayal, or emotional wounds, the immediate reaction is often to retreat, to protect ourselves from further hurt. Yet it is through these painful experiences that we are often shaped and transformed in ways we never imagined. Pain, though difficult, has a way of revealing strengths we didn't know we possessed, forcing us to confront challenges that push us beyond our limits. Growth through pain begins with perspective. Instead of seeing pain solely as a source of suffering, it can be reframed as an opportunity for transformation. Pain has a unique ability to expose areas in our lives where we need to grow, whether it's developing patience, learning to trust ourselves, or discovering a deeper sense of resilience. When life knocks us down, it tests our capacity to rise again, stronger and wiser. In times of pain, we are often stripped of the distractions and comforts that once shielded us. This stripping away can feel isolating, but it also creates space for self-reflection and self-awareness. When everything else is taken from us, we are left with only ourselves. It is in these moments that we begin to truly understand who we are, what we value, and what we are capable of enduring. Pain forces us to look inward, to face our fears, and to confront the parts of ourselves we may have been avoiding. Moreover, pain teaches us empathy. Having endured hardship ourselves, we become more attuned to the struggles of others. Our own experiences of suffering enable us to connect with people on a deeper level, offering compassion and understanding in ways that we couldn't before. In this way, pain doesn't just grow us individually, it also enhances our relationships and makes us more capable of supporting others. The growth that comes through pain is not immediate. It is a gradual process of healing, learning, and rebuilding. It requires patience and a willingness to embrace the discomfort of the journey. But with time, the lessons from our pain become clearer. We start to see that the trials we faced have prepared us for greater challenges ahead. We realize that the very things meant to break us were actually shaping us into stronger, more resilient versions of ourselves. Ultimately, pain becomes a teacher. It doesn't just teach us about hardship, but also about our capacity for hope, healing, and renewal. Through pain, we learn that we can survive what we once thought was unbearable, and in surviving, we grow into individuals with deeper wisdom and strength. The scars we carry are not just reminders of what we've endured, but are also marks of the growth that pain has brought into our lives. In the aftermath of betrayal or wrongdoing, the urge to seek revenge can be a powerful and consuming emotion. It often feels justified to want to retaliate against those who have hurt us. We may fantasize about getting back at them, imagining scenarios where they experience the same pain they inflicted upon us. However, giving in to the desire for revenge ultimately harms us more than it does them. Seeking revenge keeps us tethered to the very negativity we wish to escape. It creates a cycle of anger and resentment that can consume our thoughts and energy. Instead of allowing ourselves to heal, we become fixated on the idea of retribution. This fixation can lead to irrational decisions that may escalate the conflict, perpetuating a toxic cycle that only deepens the hurt. Engaging in revenge can distract us from our own lives and goals, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. Moreover, revenge rarely brings the satisfaction we anticipate. The belief that getting even will restore our sense of justice or peace is often misleading. Instead of feeling empowered, we may find ourselves feeling just as empty or dissatisfied as we did before. The temporary thrill of revenge does not equate to true healing. It only serves to mask the pain without addressing the underlying issues. Choosing not to seek revenge is an act of strength and maturity. It reflects a decision to rise above the pettiness and negativity that can so easily consume us. When we refuse to engage in retaliatory behavior, we reclaim our power and emotional well-being. By letting go of the need for revenge, we open ourselves up to the possibility of healing and growth. Forgiveness is a far more powerful tool than revenge. It allows us to release the hold that the hurtful actions of others have on our lives. When we forgive, we are not saying that what happened was acceptable. Rather, we are choosing to prioritize our peace and happiness over the desire for retribution. This decision frees us from the emotional burden of anger and resentment, allowing us to move forward with our lives without being anchored to the past. Additionally, by choosing not to seek revenge, we set an example for others. It demonstrates that we can rise above conflict and negativity, showing that healing and compassion are far more impactful than anger and retaliation. This positive approach to conflict resolution can inspire others to adopt a similar mindset, fostering an environment of understanding and growth rather than one of bitterness and revenge. Ultimately, the choice not to seek revenge is a step toward personal empowerment and emotional freedom. It is an acknowledgement that our true strength lies in our ability to rise above our circumstances, to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, and to focus on our own journey rather than being derailed by the actions of those who have wronged us. In doing so, we pave the way for healing and a brighter future. Focusing on your purpose is essential, especially in the face of adversity or when you've been wronged by others. Life can present challenges that threaten to distract you from your goals and aspirations. During these times, it's crucial to keep your attention fixed on what truly matters to you, your passions, dreams, and the unique contributions you are meant to make in the world. When you remain centered on your purpose, you cultivate resilience. It acts as an anchor that helps you navigate through turbulent waters. Instead of allowing negative experiences to define you or dictate your emotional state, you can draw strength from your sense of purpose. This clarity of direction allows you to rise above the chaos and focus your energy on what truly brings you fulfillment and joy. Your purpose serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path forward even when darkness surrounds you. It reminds you of your why, the reasons behind your ambitions, and the impact you wish to create. When you understand your purpose, you gain a clearer perspective on your priorities and decisions. This clarity empowers you to take meaningful actions that align with your vision rather than getting sidetracked by the negativity of others. Moreover, focusing on your purpose allows you to transform pain into fuel for growth. Instead of being consumed by feelings of anger or resentment, you can channel that energy into your pursuits. Pain often provides invaluable lessons. And when you redirect that energy toward your goals, you can emerge stronger and more determined. Your experiences, both positive and negative, become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Additionally, concentrating on your purpose fosters a mindset of positivity and gratitude. When you are engaged in pursuits that align with your values and passions, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment that counteracts the negativity around you. This proactive approach not only benefits you, but also serves as an inspiration to those around you. Your passion and commitment can motivate others to focus on their own purposes, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth within your community. It's also important to recognize that focusing on your purpose may require setting boundaries with those who bring negativity into your life. You may need to distance yourself from individuals who do not support your journey or who attempt to undermine your ambitions. Protecting your purpose means surrounding yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. It means creating an environment where you can thrive and pursue your goals without distraction. As you maintain your focus on your purpose, be open to growth and change. Your purpose may evolve over time as you gain new insights and experiences. Embrace this evolution as it reflects your ongoing journey of self-discovery. Allow your purpose to guide your decisions and actions, enabling you to stay aligned with your authentic self. In essence, focusing on your purpose empowers you to transcend the challenges you face. It provides clarity, resilience, and motivation, helping you navigate through life's trials while remaining true to who you are. By investing your energy in pursuits that align with your purpose, you create a life of fulfillment, growth, and meaningful impact. Setting boundaries is an essential aspect of maintaining your emotional health and well-being, especially after experiencing betrayal or hurt from others. Boundaries serve as a protective measure, allowing you to define what is acceptable and what is not in your relationships. They help create a clear distinction between your needs and the demands or expectations of others, ensuring that you can prioritize your own well-being. In the wake of emotional pain, it's easy to become vulnerable and feel like you need to allow others back into your life to avoid conflict or loneliness. However, without established boundaries, you risk repeating the same negative patterns. People who have previously hurt you may not respect your emotional space or understand the impact of their actions. By setting firm boundaries, you communicate your limits clearly and protect yourself from further harm. Boundaries are also vital for fostering healthy relationships. They enable open communication and mutual respect. When you articulate your boundaries, you encourage others to do the same, creating an environment where everyone's needs are acknowledged. Healthy boundaries ensure that relationships are built on trust and understanding rather than manipulation or exploitation. They establish a foundation for interactions that are supportive and empowering rather than draining or toxic. Moreover, boundaries allow you to reclaim your personal power. When you set limits, you take control of your life and decisions. You are actively choosing what you allow into your emotional space rather than passively accepting whatever comes your way. This act of self-advocacy reinforces your sense of self-worth and reminds you that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Establishing boundaries may initially feel uncomfortable, especially if you are not used to asserting your needs. It requires courage and honesty, both with yourself and with others. However, this discomfort is a necessary part of the process of self-empowerment. By communicating your boundaries, you send a message that you value yourself and your well-being. Over time, as you practice setting and maintaining boundaries, it becomes easier and more natural. It's also essential to recognize that boundaries are not just about saying no to others, they also involve saying yes to yourself. They create space for self-care, allowing you to prioritize your emotional, mental, and physical health. Setting boundaries means making time for activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and fulfillment. It enables you to engage in self-reflection and personal growth without the interference of negative influences. Finally, boundaries can evolve over time. As you grow and change, your needs and limits may shift as well. It's important to regularly reassess your boundaries and adjust them as necessary to ensure that they continue to serve you effectively. Open communication about evolving boundaries is crucial in maintaining healthy relationships as it allows others to understand your current needs and expectations. In summary, boundaries are not just necessary, they are a vital component of a healthy and fulfilling life. They protect you from emotional harm, foster respect in relationships, and empower you to prioritize your well-being. By establishing and maintaining boundaries, you create a safe space for yourself to heal, grow, and thrive. Trusting the process is an essential mindset to cultivate, especially when navigating through challenging experiences or moments of emotional pain. Life is often unpredictable, and the journey toward healing and growth can be fraught with obstacles, setbacks, and uncertainties. In these times, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged, leading you to question whether you're on the right path. However, trusting the process means having faith in your journey, even when the outcome is not immediately clear. Embracing this mindset allows you to accept that growth takes time. Just as a seed needs time to germinate, grow roots, and eventually blossom, your personal development often requires patience. There may be moments when progress feels slow, or when you encounter setbacks that make you doubt your abilities. However, trusting the process means recognizing that these challenges are a natural part of growth. Each obstacle serves as a valuable lesson, helping you build resilience and strength. Trusting the process also involves understanding that every experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to your overall journey. Pain and hardship can often serve as catalysts for profound transformation. They force you to confront your fears, reevaluate your priorities, and gain deeper insights into yourself. Instead of viewing difficult moments as mere setbacks, see them as opportunities for learning and development. Each experience shapes you, teaching you valuable lessons that will serve you well in the future. Moreover, trusting the process means letting go of the need for control. In a world where we often feel pressured to have everything figured out, it can be liberating to surrender to the flow of life. While it's natural to want to plan and anticipate outcomes, embracing uncertainty can lead to unexpected opportunities and experiences that enrich your journey. By allowing things to unfold organically, you open yourself up to possibilities you may not have considered. This mindset also encourages you to maintain a sense of hope and optimism even in the face of adversity. When you trust the process, you believe that, despite the challenges you face, there is a greater purpose at work. This perspective fosters resilience, enabling you to navigate through tough times with grace and determination. You begin to see the bigger picture, understanding that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals and dreams. Additionally, trusting the process involves being kind to yourself during your journey. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism when things don't go as planned. However, practicing self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your feelings and experiences without judgment. This kindness enables you to navigate through difficulties with greater ease and understanding. Remember that everyone's journey is unique, and it's essential to honor your individual path. In moments of doubt, reflection can be a powerful tool. Taking time to reflect on how far you've come and the progress you've made can reinforce your faith in the process. Journaling, meditation, or simply pausing to appreciate your journey can help you recognize the growth you've achieved, even if it may not always feel significant. Ultimately, trusting the process is about cultivating faith in your own journey and the lessons it brings. It encourages you to embrace the ups and downs, understanding that they all play a role in shaping the person you are becoming. By maintaining this perspective, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with confidence, knowing that every experience contributes to your growth and development. In embracing the journey of life, trusting the process becomes an invaluable companion. It allows us to navigate the complexities and uncertainties with grace, reminding us that growth is not a straight path, but a winding road filled with lessons, resilience, and transformation. As we encounter challenges and setbacks, we must remember that these moments are not barriers, but stepping stones toward our aspirations. By nurturing a mindset of patience and self-compassion, we unlock the potential for profound change within ourselves. Ultimately, trusting the process empowers us to cultivate hope and optimism, reinforcing our belief that every experience, whether joyful or painful, shapes us into who we are meant to become. As we continue on our journeys, let us commit to embracing each moment, knowing that our struggles can lead us to deeper understanding and stronger connections. By trusting the process, we affirm our ability to rise, grow, and thrive no matter what life may throw our way.